Yarande, yanda, yanda, yarande, yande, yande, hey. Yarande, yando, yandando, yarande, yande, yande, hey, no, no, yande, yande, no, yarande, yande, yande. Right now I'm just drawing this picture and I'm not really sure what it's about. A lot of dots and beautiful different colors. I'm using my Sharpie set. It's a permanent marker. It's a chiseled tip, quite thick, but for some reason I can make some really fine lines with these, and at one point I had difficulty using color. I felt very intimidated with it, and yes, the smell of the Sharpies can make me a little dizzy, but I do love the way that I like the way how the ink gets absorbed by the paper. I'm using printer paper, and it feels really good. The images that are coming up, again, there are many swirls, snake-like creatures. I think at one point in here, there's it looks like a sack of eggs and sperm in there. Ugh. I guess I'm really into the creation, idea of creation. There is a flower that's here, and it does kind of stand out on its own in this picture, but it's very much a part of it. When I draw or paint, or I don't paint very often, but when I do this kind of work, I have sounds come up, and a little song comes up when I do this one, and you might have heard it in the beginning when I was fiddling with my Olympus digital voice recorder. It's extremely sensitive. I think it's more for spying on people to make sure that you get a full conversation. But I'm busy talking right now, and normally what comes up would be this kind of movement. And as I'm here looking at my piece of work, I have the song that comes up. It's na da 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 na da da na da da na da 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 na da na da no ya dam de ya dam ya da dam de ya no you know you don't know ya dam de ya dam ya de de. So it's fun to create, and I get intimidated sometimes by other artists because they've honed into their talents, and I still feel like I'm learning how to release my creativity onto something, some kind of language in some kind of form. And yeah, sound works amazing for me, but colors help too. And I'm too busy talking as if I'm doing an instructional video, but the stuff that's coming up for me is, it's okay to be who I am and to create whatever it is that I'm creating. I'm saying a lot of ums because I can go off onto a completely different format of speech, and right now I'm making dots, these green dots along a purple line. But it's interesting, as I just said, that green dots along a purple line. And the color purple, I'm not talking about the movie color purple, but the color purple is a very spiritual color, and these light green that's coming up, it's connection with the very spiritual side and the heart side, and they're both very healing. Like, all the colors are quite healing. Even the muted dark colors, they have a purpose, and without those colors, how do you have the lighter colors, to be able to see the variety that's there. And I'm looking at this picture, and I'm noticing as I'm scratching at my left eye, rubbing at my the little things that are bothering my eye at the moment as I'm looking at my picture. It's like, how do you feel when you're making art? And is it really art? Is it art until you say it's done? Is it art? But it's just an expression. It's a way of moving things, and it's a way of feeling. And I don't know. I just feel like sharing this information, and I don't know what my picture is trying to tell me right now, but I do know that holding the Sharpie in my hand, and now at this moment I'm using a dark black. Well, black is dark, but it's not really true dark. Sometimes it lines the barriers, or not even barriers. And as I'm talking, I'm holding on to the marker a little too much, and I just wanted to allow it to flow against the page. So I'm going to just allow it to happen and stop talking. And here it is. Wow, it created something on its own. It just, if you can hear how it smoothly went across the paper. And now I'm picking up the light blue again, because I have a darker blue and a light blue, but the light blue with the dark black, it feels really good to use right now. So I'm going to just do that. And it actually brings out the light blue more, being beside the black. I'm going into the swirl that I made, it's a swirl. And I'm actually going to color this part in. I don't normally color them in, I just make lines. This feels good. And I'm being quite intense with this light blue near the black. And I don't want to color the whole page in, so I'm just going to go up to a certain point. There's something about Mary. I guess I wanted to say, yeah, Mary. There is something about Mary. I feel very connected to Mother Mary. I'm not Catholic, which is interesting, but Mother Mary, she has such an amazing heart, and I'm coloring this. Not that these are the main colors of Mother Mary, but as I'm talking about it, Mother Mary, she reminds us how much we're loved, and can you imagine having that much love for a baby to be born, and being a mother, which I am a mom. I'm very fortunate to have twin boys, and they influence my life in a major way. I don't tell them that often, but being a mom was the most precious thing for me in my life, and now that they're grown, it makes me feel, okay, what do you do now? How do you be? Are you still a mom? And yeah, I am still a mom, but just in a different sense. And I'm thinking too much as I'm doing this artwork. So I'm going to stop talking, and I thank you for listening.